Right, just a quick one to update the Dead Woman's Ditch video I did last week. I recently watched a very interesting theory on YouTube regarding the possible use of the many ancient dikes and linear earthworks like Dead Woman's Ditch. It was released by Prehistoric Britain a couple of days after I released my video, so I had to do a short one as it seemed worthwhile mentioning. I'll add a link to it after as well. It was Robert John Langdon's post-glacial hypothesis. It says that the rivers of the past were much higher than today due to glacial melt. It's a theory that Britain was flooded directly after the last ice age and remained waterlogged well into the Holocene period. And a new civilization, or surviving civilization, known to archaeologists as the megalith builders, adapted to this landscape to build sites like Stonehenge, Avebury, Woodhenge. And apparently carbon dating has now shown that these sites were constructed about 5,000 years earlier than previously believed, which if right would place them around the glacial flood era, I guess. Now, English Heritage call these dikes or linear earthworks boundaries or defensive markers, as I mentioned in my video, but as most are completely isolated in no man's land, and most are too small for this purpose, it seems. It could be wrong to say that, but using LiDAR and showing the higher water levels of the Holocene shows the dikes were connected to large rivers, and Dead Woman's Ditch has water sources at each end of it. Now, it went on to say that the dikes and earthworks are made from banks and ditches, which are quite wide and flat bottomed, which indicates they may have held water in the past, like canals. And there are 1,479 scheduled linear earthworks in Britain, and possibly another 1,000 for archaeologists to discover, according to the LiDAR. That's approximately 466 miles of dikes built by so-called cavemen. So if all the so far discovered dikes and linear earthworks are connected to past glacial ice melt rivers, it will make a massive and efficient transport system for the megalithic builders of the past. I find it very intriguing.